Home is leveled with debris on the ground and even in the trees. Look at this. It looks like nothing short of a miracle that a rural Bemidji, Minnesota man survived this explosion that destroyed his home. Thanks for joining us tonight. Officials say it appears an accidental propane gas leak caused the explosion at Ken Swenson's rural Bemidji home at dinner time last night. Swenson remains hospitalized with cuts on his head and his arm. Now, his wife was not home when this all happened. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson was on the scene today, though, and shows us all of this extensive damage.
The explosion completely leveled Ken Swenson's home. The blast turned it into splinters of wood, shards of glass, and pieces of insulation that created a debris field 100 yards in diameter. Pieces of the home were stuck high in the branches of trees, far from where the home once stood.
The massive blast could be felt and heard for miles around Bemidji. The 911 switchboard was quickly inundated with phone calls.
Your house really shook.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, we've had people call from 3 miles away that they felt it.
Another neighbor, Dewey Matfield, a retired state trooper, was first on the scene. Matfield says he found the victim lying 30 feet from the home after hearing his calls for help in the dark.
I had no flashlight with me at the time, so I walked over to it and I said, "Kenny?" And he said, "Yes." And I just told him, I said, "This is Dewey." And he said, "Well, hi, Dewey."
Matfield says Swenson had cuts on his head and arm, but Swenson was able to tell him what happened before paramedics arrived to transfer him to the hospital.
He said, I was talking, my furnace was making a funny noise, and he said, I was talking to my wife on the phone, and she was telling me some buttons to push, he said, and that's all I remember. So
the house blew up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matfield says that Swenson also asked him about the condition of his dogs. Unfortunately, the fire chief tells me that no pets were found alive. Near Bemidji, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.